games. Like that seemed to be the level of some of the Dota at Epicenter. But this is TI. Like everyone's 100% focused, bringing their A game. But it feels like Liquid didn't really have that. They had something interesting at the start of their draft. In the last game, and we're going to start off with something interesting as well, which is
Yeah,
GH's ET.
it did feel like the draft kind of pulled in two different directions. They opened with Beast Zeus, and then they fell back for that Alchemist. So this time around, it looks to be maybe a first phase that is more in sync with it. Oh well, we'll see the whole draft, right? Because I think Beast Zeus is it is an interesting and different opener, but they have inherent synergy in how they play together. They just didn't build around it that well. We'll see how they do this time with the first pick, Elder Titan. And
Yeah.
Newbee respond with Io Gyro, and there is Axe. So they'll get a hero that can jump and call with Blade Mail probably onto this Gyrocopter and try to kill it together with that Io.
This is just like this draft screen is not big enough for the two of us. Axe just cuts through the elder. Oh wait, just get out of my way.
Let's hope this is not how Liquid's team atmosphere is right now.
The dyssynergy in the picks. Well, Io and Gyro, perfect synergy.
Elder Titan immediately turns his back on his teammate, who is kind of holding an axe in his face, so it's
Actually,
understandable.
Why is ET like at a night? Like he's like, okay, guys, we're doing profile shots today.
Yeah, I don't know why he's
like,
angled like this. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he should be like facing direct. It's like,
Yeah.
you need to check out my ass.
I think this should be in the top of the list for things to get fixed in the next patch. Well,
Yeah,
please.
it's that cleanup, right?
Yep. It is true, though. He's kind of the only hero that's facing this much to the side, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll
Like
see some more heroes later.
Axe has a side turn, but that's because he's on the bodybuilder turn, so you can see the ripped abs, the muscles on the sides, and then still sees the gorgeous face.
The gorgeous face. Yes, very gorgeous.
Yes.
I guess we have different standards. That's fine, though. No, nothing wrong with that. Let's look at some bans, though. They banned the Storm Spirit, which is a really good hero against Io. Always has that reach to get in on the back line.
Do you find it
And
interesting
Liquid are banning out Bane and Bad Rider.
I actually feel like it's true that Newbie bans the Alchemist in the first phase.
Yeah, this time it's different because Liquid are first pick. So they could have closed the phase with Alk and then banned out counters like the AA that they struggled with in the last game. So I kind of like this choice from Newbie to ban the Alk, even though they just beat it. I think that was a good call. Shadow Demon, after banning out Weaver, another good carry hero against Io. The Swarm does constant damage, so it's hard to heal.
Not
it's
a lot of
super
great
mobile.
stuns, though. Like, all you've got is Homing Missile. You have, like, a Weaver pop up in this game, and it's going to be difficult for Newbie to control.
Absolutely, so that's another
That's why they
good
banned
reason for banning it.
Yep.
But I mean, there's other heroes like that, right? There's more mobility heroes in Dota than just these two. Something I could see potentially being in the cards for Liquid is something like maybe a Slark, if that works out. There's a Crystal Maiden for now, so good way of giving the mana to Elder Titan. Very nice for this hero to get this influx of mana. It's one of the hero's biggest problems in laning stage is especially if you have to skill both your active spells, you run out of mana relatively quickly, and throughout the game, it's just having Maiden Aura on this hero is a blessing. It's really, really useful. Pretty good for X too. Somewhat has mana problems sometimes, so kind of like it.
Oh, hey.
Interesting. So when you're playing IO, you generally want at least one hero that sets up relocate ganks, and now they have both Disruption and Duel to enable them to play the map like this. Legion Commander is also an exceptionally strong laner this patch. She has super good move speed. I think she has 333 base move speed, I want to say. Very quick. She is a solid offlaner against weak supports, which Crystal Maiden as a 5 is not really the strongest lane support. She has one slow and one root, and you can choose which one you want to purge on Legion. Frostbite is very bad against Legion Commander. So yeah, I kind of like it, and it puts Liquid under this kind of pressure that they need a carry that does well in this lane. Never mind, they don't apparently.
It's like we just need something that can carry us going into the late game again. Where it's like, okay, we're going to play for that 40-minute, 45-minute power spike and hope you can survive the early part.
Oh, you don't want to go that late with him. You generally want to win at 30-35.
Yeah.
You get a Battle Fury. If you have a great game, you get Battle Fury minute 15. You get the Manta minute 21, 22. You get your next item and maybe one more, and then you want to end the game.
But it still feels like that, you said, like, maneuverable hero that can play in the safe lane. Like, Spell Shield's still going to cause a lot of problems for Newbie, for the jump in. Like, how do you control the AM if he moves across the map, if he gets Manta style?
Spell Shield is not good against Duel. You just reflect it.
Yeah, because it actually doubles it, right?
No, you block and then reflect, right? The way Spell Shield works, it works like Lincoln's plus Lotus, right? But it works as both. So if you duel an anti-mage with Spell Shield on, he's dueling you, but only one, right? If you're Lotus, it's a double duel. It counts twice. But against AMH, it counts one. But he can't counter duel. Unless I'm being really stupid here, right? I don't think so. Like you would.
Yeah, he would still force himself into the duel. That would make sense.
Yeah. He should get dueled. And he is also playing against Disruption, which this is one of the cooler ones for AM now. In the past, Disruption was really annoying because you would get disrupted and then you mana burn yourself with the illusions. But now you can actually Spell Shield the Disruption if you see it coming. So that's nice, at least. I feel like this is a pretty high-risk AM pick, though. You're picking it into the Legion Commander we already talked about. Good laner against you, in my opinion, at least a good laner in general. Duel is good. The Shadow Demon goes, the matchup goes both ways, and I at least like this Pangolier, because now Liquid has like strong team fight, right? They have team fight to play against this Io Gyro. Pango is very good against Io, in my opinion.
This makes for a very interesting laning phase, though, because you're running 4 melee. Obviously, Pango's got some range things to work with, but 4 melee that has to come underneath the Gyrocopter in range of the Io. And then we still got the last pick in this draft.
This is a mid-Pango.
Yeah.
Right?
Mid-Pango, off-lane Axe would be the most assumption. Like, GH is definitely going to be playing the ET. Kura is going to be on the CM. So it's Miracles AM, Weeha's Pango. So what can Newbee then run in the mid lane that they feel better against the Pango with?
Wait, what if they put Elder Titan with AM? Either tri-laning flat out, or they put Elder Titan with AM and Maiden with X, because Titan might have more of a play in the safe lane than the Maiden does. They could do that, and still have the Elder Titan be GH position 4, but just swap the lanes around, perhaps. Or maybe they try to dodge, similar to last game where they had this interesting start with tri-lane top to kill and then swap around. Maybe they do something like this. Yeah, I don't know yet. But I feel like if you're Newbee now and you have the right idea, you can exploit this. Like, there's some serious information on the table. Like you said, 4 melee heroes, you know it's Pango mid. If they swap lanes around to try to solve this, the only heroes they can put mid are Axe or Anti-Mage, and they're also melee. And they have similar weak matchups to the Pango, at least some of them. So I think you're looking for a hero that doesn't enable Liquid to put AM mid, and then you're happy if you can do this. They're taking their time. I guess they're gauging a couple of options. OD.
I was wondering if they do the OD up against the Pango.
Should be a good lane. That's a cool looking Pango.
That's a very stylish headpiece.
Very fancy. Fancy hero.
It's like it's the old Robin Hood saying, like, Helm Blanche is the feather in my cap.
Yep.
Yes. Meanwhile, the OD is default.
Yeah.
CC&C is...
is it? Is that the normal weapon?
Yeah. OD? Is it? Actually, no. That's
that's
not the normal weapon.
I don't think that's default.
But he doesn't have the wings. Like
he doesn't have the... Yeah. All right. Well...
meanwhile, back at Not Cosmetics...
once again, I think Newbee have a solid lineup. I think their laning stage looks very good on paper. There's a clear direction in the strategy of how they want to play mid-game. You have these catches. You have OD to catch for relocate. You have LC to catch for relocate. You have Shadow Demon to catch for relocate. And then you're playing around this like strong mid-game timing with BKBs where both Gyro and OD in this game are largely invincible during BKB. There's so little damage on the way of Liquid. Pango has 1 Swashbuckle. AM is not that good against BKB until very late in the game when he has like 5 items.
Yeah. And
Elder Titan and Maiden are pretty much worthless. You have a little bit of damage from Earth Splitter if it connects, but that's it. So
it still feels that like Newbee is just lacking the control if Liquid start beginning to kite. Like you blink away, ET sleep. You've got Pango can swashbuckle out. You got CM who will sacrifice herself just to get all the stuns down. Like it still feels like Newbee doesn't have. Like, Newbee has the same type of problem that Liquid had in Game 1. It's like, how do we initiate these fights where we actually hold them in position and we actually get the fight?
Well, they have duel.
They definitely have duel, but it feels like there's a lot of pressure on snaking to make that work.
There is, for sure. I think snaking needs to have a good game for the Newbee lineup to work. But once again, similar to last game, Liquid have no save in their strategy. There's nothing that saves. On the other side, Newbee have arguably 3 saves. They have Relocate, Astral, and Disruption. So if played correctly, we're focusing a lot on how Newbee can take fights, but how about Liquid, right?
Yeah.
You get an Axe call. It's very limited how you can Axe call in this game because there's so many counters to this call, and that's another added benefit of this OD last pick. This hero is really good against Axe. Saving allies, having pure damage, having huge magic damage. Axe was not in the front of the row when they handed out Brains. His int is not very good. So, you know, like OD kind of is very good this game. And we saw game one, Newbee are definitely playing good Dota. So
Yeah.
this could be another really great game.
I'll hope for it. At the moment, Team Liquid trying to contest for the bounty runes. Spirit's already out as GH will take all the bonus damage, but the poison's starting to stack up, soaking up the Rocket Barrage. GH trying to beat into MSS, looking for this kill. The bounty runes have now been put out, but GH, even with 5 stacks of poison, he doesn't care. He gets the first blood, turns around for a little bit more. They burned off so much mana of Yawar. He's forced out of the lane, and Pilot Eye has been spamming nothing but Shadow Poison, so he's also bone dry.
Yep.
And it goes 1-1 as far as the bounty runes go.
It's going to be 3 for Liquid. They
Yeah.
got the aggressive one. And that's usually when you have a trade like this in the start where one team gets first blood and there's an immediate counter kill, it's kind of a net 0 just because, you know, the guy who got the kill is worth a lot suddenly because he's the highest net worth in the game, right? And that's what we saw right there. The reward for Yawar compared to GH's first blood kill in MSS is almost identical. So very minor win for Liquid, but like you pointed out, the big win there is the mana. Like draining all of this mana, forcing Newbee to buy these mangoes. MSS brought a couple for Pilot Die. But yeah, that's interesting. And this time around, I don't think the Newbee matchup for Snake King is as good as last time. I think Axe does very well against Legion Commander compared to the Beastmaster against Tide that we saw last game.
Yeah, you see Mind Control even. Okay, now he'll get the Battle Hunger up. He knows it's just going to be pressed off, though. But being in range for the spin, Legion's always going to be copying a lot of damage. And now they go again for Yawar. MSS has the extra health. He's still got the Fairy Fire as well as 2 salves available. He doesn't care if he's up at full. This ain't the old IO anymore. And trying to keep tabs on the mid lane as well as the top lane as well. The OD spending a lot of time very close towards that tier 1 tower, trying to stay in Weeha's face.
Really good CSing from Yawar in the tower, by the way. In the safe lane, great job from him there, getting the whole wave. And yeah, mid lane, as you said, good for CCNC. This should be an OD favored matchup, so expected outcome. Last game, I think he maybe did slightly better on Ember against Viper than expected. I'm not completely sure how that goes, but he did a great job. So far so good for CCNC in this series. I wonder how this top lane is going to go in the long run. I feel like Legion will lose pretty hard, but have to wait and see. Mind Control can, at the very least, he can always just cut the wave, right? Like, what's Legion going to do about it? They can both just cut waves. Legion hits it with the Moment of Courage, and Axe just kills it with Helix.
This bottom lane, though, feels so crazy because you've got Gyrocopter getting stunned up, bashed up. GH is burning through so much life on this bottom lane. And it's not because he's got himself a stack. In fact, they've put down 1 sentry ward to block the easy stack that GH wants to use, but there's 3 heroes that GH keeps clipping every single time with the Spirit.
Yeah, nice Spirit to stop the salve on MSS. He was trying to outrange it, so he could keep healing Yawar, but it got cancelled. And he also has to play around the Crystal Nova, which also has pretty good reach. So, not that easy.
Yeah, but because they're underneath the tier 1 tower, GH is not getting too over-aggressive. But that's exactly what you're talking about with the creep skipping. They're pulling him to the side lanes now, to the camps. You just grab it, alright, pull up another one, keep the aggro, go to Mud Golems, and let the CS just reign free.
Yep. There's a pretty sizable net worth advantage for Liquid right now, especially going the way of the Elder Titan. He's 500 net worth ahead of the other supports, and this is going to transition into, first of all, the boots advantage that he's currently sitting on, but once he gets the phase, this hero is a beast in lane.
He'll just run down everybody.
Yeah. They're securing Miracle really nicely down here. I like this laning from Liquid in the game. It's clever.
I don't know if there's really that much that can be done about it. GH going to go for the stomp, just trying to separate MSS as well as Yawar.
He did do that, but that's all he did.
Yeah.
Yay!
Alright, he's always got his plus 40 damage to miss that last hit in the range creep with. Net worth's looking really good for Mind Control. 2.2k and a bit. Above everybody else on this map. God, they just keep getting underneath that tower.
Yeah, he's winning this lane really hard. And Axe will, when given a free side lane, I think Axe is the highest farming hero in Dota. I don't think you can put a side lane hero that can farm more efficiently than him in this early stage of the game. Counter Helix is just super efficient. He can kill the waves with no risk. And Snaking is doing the same, right? His hero's just worse at it. It's just how it is.
He's doing his best.
He's doing good. Like I don't think you can ask for much more in this lane for Legion Commander. It's not a winning battle. Oh, Astral from CCNC will secure the rune for Snaking. I think. Oh, nice call. Mind Control just barely getting him on the edge there.
It's down bottom lane though. That's where the real pressure is. SD Disruption's already out. Miracle wants to finish off Pylite Eye. The real one goes left while Weeha working with GH to bring down MSS. They're trying to get rid of the medic before they can get rid of Yawar. And even with the hit back with the swashbuckle, Yawar, the dive underneath the tower continues. The stomp. Snaking arrives. He gets the duel off. It's over on the Anti-Mage. No way to jump out. No way to use those 17 one charges that Miracle had ready to go. So Snaking wants a little bit more of his own. Over towards Kuro. TP out. Able to be successful.
Half a second on disruption there.
Well, Pango's in trouble. Begins his TP. You are. Okay, there's not enough damage. Weeha will complete his TP. Goes back to Shrine so he can rematch up in the mid tower.
Feels pretty even because there's a rotation from both the Pango and the Axe. OD gets a 4 or 2 free waves mid over Weeha. So Weeha's now definitely far behind in mid after that bottom rotation.
A look at Mind Control. He waits for the 6-minute bounty rune to come up so then he can have a battle against CCNC. The Axe is meant to work well, but with the swashbuckle forward, CCNC still slowed up.
Nice fairy timing. Perfect.
Too good. Mind Control cannot get that Culling Blade to get the kill.
That was actually perfect. Weeha used the shield crash to get him under the threshold. And the moment the Axe animation was mid-air, he got the Fairy Fire off to pop just over 300. Didn't get called. I think he was definitely in culling range. The kill threshold 250, I think he was on like 240 or 235. He fairies up, stays alive, goes to Shrine, he's back in fighting shape. Very nicely done.
Spirit's going to work once again. Quick little sleep, and here comes,
one.
banished from Pylite Eye in the trees, making sure the Mind Control cannot get the call into MSS. And the follow-up kill they wanted, but GH has plus 80 damage, ready to pump it in, but they're trapped inside the tree line, not coming out. CCNC will TP in as Mind Control begins his run away. 4 stacks of the Shadow Poison on him. They're going to pop in a second, but
I think he's okay. He's okay.
He's got the distance.
You're happy with that if you're Liquid. You force the rotation of OD and your Pango got space.
Oh, duel up on top. Anti-Mage, level 4 up against that level 7s. Legion Commander. Miracle can just survive long enough.
Look at Snaking's skill build. I don't think I've seen this before. Not in a very long time, at least. This gives me some jungle LC memories coming back here. But usually you would max moment of courage in that case. But yeah, a lot of attack speed, low cooldown, press the attack. And yeah, the overwhelming odds are kind of useless if you're just farming, right?
Yeah.
Both of you just farming, you might as well. So close to the kill on AM, set. Didn't quite get it.
It was a good observe for this down at the moment from Newbee. It scouts at the rotation coming to bottom lane, so Yawar's a little bit more protected. So this movement from Mind Control really is going begging.
Yeah, if MC hadn't moved, he would have 75 CS right now, or 80, I think. So his movements have been costly. They may have been necessary, but they definitely cost him. He could be level 8.5, almost 9, I think. From just farming, maybe even more.
Well, they finally put him back up on the top. Once again, Weeha. This is the second time he's rotated towards the bottom lane. It's the second time he's run over top of the Observer Ward. So Newbee already ready. Weeha, shield crashing through, just wants to get the kill over on MSS. A quick jump away for Pylite Eye. Once again, with the disruption, buys some time. Miracle, he's actually joined this fight too. Puts on the spell block. But who are you really going on with CCNC, who's also arrived? You can put down the sleep, but Kuro is trapped way too deep to help the rest of his team. The IO did at least die inside the tree line.
Yep, killed by Swashbuckle.
So many resources being committed from both sides to this bottom lane.
I think IO would have survived if it wasn't for the Arcane Rune Weeha had for this move. Low cooldown on Swashbuckle.
He wants to go for the duel. Mind Control knows it too. CCNC's rotated over. TP is on cooldown for mind control, but he uses phase boots and movement speed to outrun, but the duel snaking just gets in range. The axe will tick on down, but it's still not enough damage. But there's no other supporters down on bottom lane where the battle is actually going on, so mind control gets one quick roar off, but that won't be enough. Pylite Eye falling on the bottom lane. Yuar, Frostbite, Nut, Miracle sticking on the back of this fight. That's the quickest way to get some, well, I say some money, but GH takes the double kill on bottom lane. I suppose that happens when you've got so much plus damage.
So 2 for 1. The axe kill is big, but so is the... Well, Gyro and SD are not as big as the axe, right? But it's 2 kills and slowing down Gyro to now be a full level behind the anti-mage.
Oh, they're going after Pylite Eye.
His tempo is definitely stifled here. Bounty soon.
Not where Kuro wants to be, but they want to fight for the bounty runes.
Yeah, they're going to leave him, get the bigger objective.
Mind control, maybe I take this top. Snaking knows it too.
Yeah.
A quick roar and he won't be able to pick up anything.
He'll get them both. He's going to call him here and take the other one.
OD is TPing
Oh, he's
in
not.
though.
Okay. Yep.
And he'll run away.
Dual, same play.
Yep. This is a rinse and repeat movement.
Deja vu here.
And we'll start with the orbs, another imprisonment. It actually kind of feels like they're taking so long to do this. Now mind control, another quick roar over on 2. Run up the hill, 7-1 charges are available, and with the movement speed underneath the shrine, he'll end up surviving while Miracle kills MSS down on bottom lane. Snaking and CC, and see no matter how hard they try, they can't find the kill, but now Pylite die. Weeha, he'll swashbuckle himself forward. They want to go for the Rolling Thunder, but they would like to get a kill, not onto GH for once. That's his 4th kill of the game, out of the 8 that Team Liquid have claimed.
Yeah. Liquid's got to be really happy with X surviving this. He's going to ping it again, that OD's there. They're still not rotating to help him. He feels safe, and he is. So much space from mind control here. Mid lane. Yeah,
GH. He's trying to work with him. Gyrocopter so much damage. Now the cooldown comes in. MSS returning to the fight with Pylite Eye is TP'd in. The duel is out. And GH, that's a big kill spree to end. MSS will claim it. It just seems the day that supports get all the kills.
You're not mad at that. You want the IO to get the bottle. It's a good hero to get this kill on. But yeah, Liquid looking much better in this game than game number 1 currently. Relocate top. There's the play we've talked about. They can banish into relo. And this time he's dead. Another kill for IO. That's the bottle. I don't know if he wanted that kill, but well, now he has the bottle for sure.
You'll take it.
Yep.
Surprised actually that Kuro didn't deep ward out Pylite Eye's Observer in Sentry. He should have known it was planted down. In fact, yeah, that's exactly what's happening now. Kuro is re-establishing that vision control. Meanwhile, up at top bounty room, Weeha, nope. Feels like Legion Commander's a little too scary for him to do anything against.
And now Axe is back up to top. So, let's see. Blink Dagger coming up soon for Snaking. The OD is close to Veil. Nothing else to speak of on that side. On Liquid side, Axe's Dagger has been delayed seriously by this what's been happening lately. Miracle is probably the biggest winner out of everything that's happened relatively. He has good farm. He has only 1 death. The laning stage went very well for him. He's closing in on the probably what's going to be a 16-minute Battle Fury, I would assume. Maybe 17 if he gets killed once especially. And Weeha is going for Diffusal first item on the Pango. That's pretty good this game. I think it's fine. He might just go the Diffusal Axe route.
He's going to get the hell out of here. Into the Rolling Thunder. He just needs to roll away. Went up the hill instead. Legion Commander's coming around, and well, that's the easiest way to TP out.
He's just wasting as much time as possible.
Well, it's working well. Mind Control's getting the space up on top lane. Miracle continues to farm up. Can't kill Miracle if you're too busy chasing the Pango. And GH is spending a lot more time up on this top lane now. Obviously ensuring that Mind Control can get to that Blink Dagger. But the Blink Dagger for him has arrived a little late because the one's already there from Snaking. He blinks in, takes out Kuro. And with the relocate from Yuar and MSS, it just helps get the kill.
Yeah, that TP from Elder Titan was... I mean, he TP'd as fast as he could. The Maiden just insta-died. You can't save Kuro here.
It's a Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. She might not even be worth TPing for. Like, it's... In this case, obviously wasn't. Died before Elder Titan even got here, but at the same time, he's defending the mid lane, which is very important. He can always push this out with the Spirit plus Stomp, and he'll get some decent experience here too. So not all that bad.
GH. No, MSS says no. He would have loved that. Would have worked towards yet his another kill. He's got 3 kills so far for MSS.
Notice the IO skill build, by the way. I think this is what you're going to be seeing a lot. IO's going 2 in tether, and then either, if it's a really... I feel like you still generally will see spirits maxed. Oh, duel.
Yep. I go to the wrong side of the map. It's Weeha.
Okay, for
He's
now.
able to swashbuckle away. Starts with a rolling thunder and disruptions out. And once he's going to come back into a quick jump away, the homing missile connects and Weeha will die. Thought that sounded a lot closer than where I was going to click to.
And would you believe it? Now, snaking is almost level 13 and mind control is level 10. Almost level 11 though. So it's a 2-level lead now for the Legion Commander. Yeah, this rune goes to CCNC. Kuro is coming in to threaten, but...
Oh, he actually needs to instantly frostbite now, mind control. Yeah, doesn't want anything to do with snaking. Jumps in, Kuro gonna start to let it go, but man! The hammer drops, the relocate came in, and CCNC has himself a double kill.
That was super good communication from Newbee. CCNC is like, I'm gonna get this rune, I might need help. Legion is ready to TP in, they get the banish, they take the rune, they know that X wants to turn and try to get a kill for it with Kuro. They could call into the Maiden ulti, try to kill the OD. Legion's there, instantly press the attack, and they get 2 kills out of it with the OD ulti. That was very nicely done. Of course, that's one of those situations where Veil of Discord really comes in handy. The extra damage on the OD ulti just blew up Kuro as he was ulting there. And they get a tower for it too. Very nice sequence here coming in from Newbee.
And they can keep this pressure up. Look at snaking though, so he feels very confident. He's got his blink dagger, OD's got his. So double jump initiations available or saves, depending how you look at it.
Fighting is hard for Liquid right now.
Weeha wants it though. He sees MSS, quick disarm, but doesn't stop the tether of snaking away, and Weeha chasing with the rolling thunder's gone a little too deep. So he'll just do laps around the LaRoche pit.
That's how it's done.
Meanwhile, Miracle still continues his farm. Almost at that Battle Fury.
So 16.5 is what it's going to be. That's a good timing. When you tri lane like this and you don't have a totally free lane, I think he should be pretty happy with this. And yeah, kind of like last game, he's the guy to look toward. The way Liquid have been drafting in these 2 games, they're definitely putting a lot of eggs in the Miracle basket to have a good game. And I don't feel like this is a particularly great AM game, but I think it's good enough that if Liquid take 1 or 2 good fights, AM can carry this for sure.
Yeah.
The OD matchup is always interesting because it kind of goes both ways, right? OD has this massive pure damage from Arcane Orb, but at the same time you need to be careful not to get mana voided. He's resistant against your ulti as well as the Astral, but at the same time you can mana burn him too so he can't blink. So there's a lot of dynamic in this matchup that's actually really interesting to watch during fights. But I love to see from Miracle in this. It's kind of natural for him to do it in this game because he's against a tri-lane anyway, but he bought a magic wand. It's not an item you see on AM in every game, but this will guarantee him that he can blink if he gets mana burned by OD, and it was necessary for his laning stage too. So very good to have on AM in this case.
Initiations flying on the Courier at the moment to mind control.
Yeah, that's a big item. They need this. Like, it's still, like I said, it still feels hard for Liquid to initiate fights if they don't see where the saves are located. Who do you jump on? Like, if you could pick any hero in the game, you're like, I'm X-calling this guy, who do you choose? Gyro, he's going to get either relocated out, astraled, or disrupted. Any of the saves, they're going to get saved by each other. And if the fights go long, I don't think Liquid are favored. I think they need to burst. Long fights, when Pango ulti runs out, when the X call's expended, you're going to die to the Gyro.
Smoke's breaking, mind control, Blink gets the call off, but Reply dies, Snaky trying to break him free, give him some extra life with the overwhelming odds, it's going to work. And now, with the dual ET splitter, it hits back pretty damn hard, but they're going to survive through it. Axe, he's so low on life, and he will go down. IO trapped inside the river with the Mana Void. They just bring in just enough damage to finish the job, but there's still 2-for-1 trade-off. And Liquid, they smoked up. They were the initiators in this.
It is so hard to kill the Radiant if they're in good position. They almost got the Shadow Demon. That's, in this situation, there's no better play, right? You jump this guy, you can't purge the Axe call, so even though he gets healed by the Legion, he's still taunted, but they don't have the damage. And then he saves himself, and the Cavalry arrives. And yeah, they clean up 2 kills. I think that could have gone even worse for Liquid, honestly. Yeah. 2-for-1 is not the worst outcome of that situation.
If Snaking got another duel victory, then yeah, it would have gotten even worse. He's already at +30. And they're looking for their own initiation.
Oh, that would
Snaking.
be a great
He's actually
kill.
waiting. They were chasing him before. But he's got his Observer Ward down, so he feels comfortable. Mind control, missed blinks. Obviously doesn't know the snaking went up. But they're already pinging out the fact that, yeah, Observer Ward removed. But CCNC Pilot Eye, they're coming in as well. But Miracle's starting to scale, and scale quick.
Yep. Gotta look at probably a Manta in 3 minutes.
Oh, mind control. Misses the blink call. Disruption will begin. Snaking and ready to go. He's got dual available. Mind control's not a healthy man. But they don't know exactly what's up the hill. They know there's an Observer Ward there. They keep scouting it out. Now they get rid of it.
Are they gonna fight? Okay, I'm actually really curious what's gonna happen on the runes right now. Liquid seem to be, yeah, they're giving up on the top. Now Io is scouting with the spirits, so they will get a third one bottom. And 3 for 1. There you go. And Liquid were the ones to TP, so that's like an extra little victory there. And the Blade Mill is now online. And this is a big item because you've seen these last duels from Snaking. He's been lacking that little bit extra. With this Blade Mail, he can solo kill Anti-Mage. Flat out just kill him in a duel. And there's nothing Miracle can do about it except predicting that it's coming and not getting caught. They have no save. The best play they maybe have is like maybe Elder Titan can stomp in time, or there can be a Frostbite coming out, but...
You kind of need like Yule Scepters to begin or something else. Like
it's,
nothing else really helps. You got Vlad's and you got Medallion from ET. That's his current assistance.
I could definitely see Yule's being a good pickup here. It might be better than the Vlad's, to be honest. I like that idea too. But yeah, who's going to get it now? Pango wants the Axe. Axe wants the Blade Mail.
Actually, then Snaking gets BKB, and then Yule's actually won't
Kuro
do jack.
wants a Bracer. No.
Like how Kuro, he's got the money for it. He's like, nope, 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 nope. I can't expend this cash. Weehaw and Mind Control looking for their own opening on bottom lane. Weeha's going for the Aghanim style build on the Pango. So a heavy damage output increase. Mind Control, if you can get Blade Mail too, can cause some problems for Newbee when they're getting aggressive.
Dude, CCNC is big.
Yeah.
He's really farmed this game. He is still ahead of the Battle Fury Anti-Mage, minute 21.
Kuro, Smoke's gonna break, blink him. There's your first duel out, Legion Commander. Look at Pango. He is really killing himself, but they sleep him off. Pango needs to jump away into the Rolling Thunder. He'll get the jump out. You do drop the hammer from CCNC. The damage is enough to kill off CM, but now with Pango, we are back into the fight again. They have enough damage control on Snaking to get Miracle the kill on him, and a triple kill from CCNC.
Oh!
Quick blinks away, and Miracle's back up the road.
That's a rare one from GH there. I wonder if we're going to get a replay of that. He mistimed his stomp by a half second.
I'm fairly certain we can get a replay.
On the OD. That could have maybe been an escape route for him, but it ends up being 3 kills going the way of CCNC for only the one of Miracle killing off Snaking. CCNC very quick to self-Astral, so he didn't get Mana Voided, and then Miracle's like, meh, I'll get this other guy. Guess that's also fine. But yeah, that fight was a little bit scrappy, and you saw the Frostbite actually did work.
Yeah, here we go.
He
so
blinked,
the moment.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Blink Blade Mail coming in here onto Weehaw, and then the very quick Frostbite from Kuro lowers the damage enough that Weehaw does stay alive initially. And now we're going to see the OD ulti just barely doesn't hit Weehaw, so he gets the Rolling Thunder off. And now things are starting to look dicey for CCNC. Takes a lot of damage. The AM comes in. Very quick Astral. And now, look at this stomp from GH. How mistimed that was. As we're back into live, they kill Miracle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Into was the mid lane. He was just a little bit too far out, farming aggressively. And you've got Weehaw trapped in the tree lines. He'll shield crash himself up the hill. They're trying to keep the spirits up there. Snaking jumps up, but that's why Weehaw rolling boulders down and then rolling thunders away to safety.
Oh, he needs to not die to side gunner. Oh, that was actually a bit dangerous what he just did. Rolling past the gyro with Ags. But he was fine. Yeah. Honestly, Newbee just looked really good, man. I like their draft. I really like the way they're playing.
You love the CCNC's had 2 huge games as well, back-to-back.
Absolutely. He's been playing really good Dota in these 2 games. And once he gets the BKB in this one, you feel like this is the kind of game that he can almost, you know, in any given fight, he can just be the absolute difference maker. He has huge damage potential. He has some good matchups. We talked about a couple of the Liquid heroes have pretty bad base intelligence and intelligence gain. And he can punish them with that ulti really easily. And with the Veil build-up too, we only talked about how it affects his ulti. It's really good for his team too. Overwhelming odds, Shadow Poison, the gyro damage, hugely magical with Maelstrom, Call Down, Homing Missile, the Spirits. It's just all coming together really nicely for Newbee in this game. And you look at Liquid's lineup, and you got to play the AM game. That's just that's the strat. That's what you have to do. And Anti-Mage is not ready.
No.
He needs Scotty and maybe another item after. Maybe a Butterfly, maybe an Abyssal, so that he can initiate a fight. But there's always that threat of the duel that Miracle has to play around. And that's difficult. It's actually really difficult.
And it keeps getting stronger and stronger too. Like you talk about like the damage output and how Liquid can go against it, but I just keep watching that dual damage tick up plus 48 at the moment.
Yeah, and
the
every time
the attack speed's increased up with the 15 talent.
And when Miracle gets stronger, he hits himself harder too. So in the Blade Mill, right?
Yep.
It's not easy.
That's why he needs a Scotty, right? He needs the extra life, he needs to sustain.
Yeah, but it also gives him more attack speed and damage. So
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. The equation probably favors the defensive aspect by a bit, but not by that much actually. Because obviously, you know, you do a lot of damage as AM in this duel.
Still looking for it. Get inside the jungle, farm up anti-mage's areas, put down observers and sentries, so Newbee can get some information. Because how long could this game go on? It's like game one, we went through it. I was like, you know what? Okay, this was fun, but we kind of knew where the end of the tunnel was. In this game, like, where is the end? Like, an OD is terrible at pushing high ground. You've at least got great split pushing power, but how does Newbee win this game against Liquid?
If they take a good fight, you can take towers relatively quickly with a gyro Ags. If you think about it, the Ags side gunner fire rate being 1.1, it's almost like having a double damage, right? When it's only the tower you can hit, that extra hit every second is really useful for pushing when he gets his first damage item. He has a Maelstrom, which doesn't really do anything to towers, but once he gets, let's say, a Butterfly or maybe an MKB, you start taking towers pretty quickly.
This is going to be problematic for snaking. Like, he's got to battle up against these illusions of the AEM, but he doesn't have enough mana to do press the attack, duel, and blade mail.
He has Soul Ring.
He has, oh, you're right, he has Soul Ring. He can get an up in then.
Unless if he's dry, then that's still not enough. But you can still, even if you're dry, you can still blink blade mail duel. So sure, you don't have your press the attack, but the AM is going to do the full damage to himself. And if you have one ally nearby, that should be enough to get the kill off.
Great observe order, sees so much, sees Yuan coming up through the rune point. As Weehart trying to put this Aghanim Scepter to work, just bouncing around everywhere. But as GH caught in the back lines, can't get the stomp off in time. The homing missile actually changing his targets overwards. Weehart caught inside the call down, so he'll go down to the dual combination, and letting it go allows Mind Control to TP away to safety. Makuro trapped up inside the tree lines, and Team Liquid, they've already lost 3, they've killed a support, and now they're going to lose their final support as well.
That's a dual kill.
It is a dual kill. Plus 74 now on snaking. And Team Liquid, and you thought they're having the AM game, but Miracle just seems to die so quickly in these fights too.
Yep.
They saw him coming, they had the observer board down.
Anti-Mage is not ready yet. Like, this is still, I feel like this fight is almost unwinnable for Liquid, because Anti-Mage is, the hero is just not good right now in the game. It needs more time. And sure, the Rolling Thunder there from Weeha, again, really good defensive spell usage from Newbee, right? CCNC with a perfect self-astral. They had the heroes in the right positions to dodge out. I think the Rolling Thunder maybe hit nothing, or one hero once. And once that runs out, you know, we've talked about it, these extended fights, what have Liquid really got? Like, if they don't burst somebody in the Axe Call and in the Rolling Thunder, their damage is weak.
Yeah.
It's just flat out weak. So they have to be able to get these initial kills, and they're just getting outplayed in the moves, really. Newbee are playing super, super good Dota. If they can keep up this kind of level of play, they could definitely be a possible upper bracket team from this group.
They are hunting. Here comes Mind Control, in for the call. MSS is there for the tether. Have they got the damage to kill off the Gyrocopter with Mind Control's Blade Mail? They do. They burn through the Aegis Immortal, but Duel is out, and Anti-Mage, he turned it around with the Spell Shield. It still doesn't matter. AM is still dead. Mind Control can't run himself away from this, or can he? With the shield crushed down? No, he can't. Yuan's got himself a double kill. CCNC wants his own. They're waiting for Weeha to get out of that Rolling Thunder so they can go on him again with a defensive imprisonment. Weeha still can't finish the job on sneaking. Finally, he has a double kill down, but so is the call down. Weeha will get out of range for the second missile, but not the homing one. Pango will fall. Buyback's available. GH couldn't help him out anymore. But that's the closest fight that we've seen Team Liquid have, and that wasn't close at all.
Yeah, it was next to their own tower, and this time it felt like they got a good jump, right? They got the blink call out on the gyro with the blade mail on. He does kill himself once. The relocate failed because of a good stun cancel. You couldn't really have asked for much more there for Liquid, except for the last 10 minutes to be different, right?
Yeah.
And again,
or to kill one of the other cores and not just the supports.
and I love it from Snaking. You know, just wait for the anti-mage. Let him come in. If he wants to fight, he's gonna kill himself. Like, he's soloed him. You know, this aim just dies. And I kind of fundamentally disagree with the way Liquid have been trying to play the last 10 minutes, but it's always easy to, from the observer standpoint, to be like, just dodge them, you know?
Yeah.
Just don't get caught, just don't fight. But if they feel super cornered on the map and like they have to do something, you have to do something. But I can tell you, this is not what Miracle wants.
No.
He, at this point, 30 minutes in the game, in a good AM game, you have the Scotty plus another item. He's very far behind par now on the AM. And it's one of those games now where unless you somehow either dodge for 10 minutes and get AM to his timing, or, oh, that's...
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Axe is gone, cooldown
Yeah.
goes. They looked for the 30-minute rune, and I'm surprised they looked for it.
That was just flat out naive. They're getting desperate, Toby.
And now
That's not Liquid.
Snakey's looking for their own fight.
That was a two-man jump on a bounty rune with 5 heroes missing.
Yeah, I'm very uncertain. I thought we were going to keep on farming. That's why I wasn't
they-
even moving the camera for it.
They even have a ward on their own top bounty rune, so they knew nobody from Newbee was up there. And they still go for this jump, just super greedy for that bounty, and yeah, I mean,
And
easy
now
punish.
Blink in.
Oh.
He's hit the duel,
Oh,
but
no.
over on the illusion.
Woo.
That's how Miracle survives. He just needs
That's one way to do
Snaking
it.
to choose poorly.
Yep,
That was not the Holy Grail.
good quick Manta.
Yeah, Snaking had to make a choice though.
Yeah,
He-
you have
he,
to
he
try.
had a 1 in 3.
Exactly, you gotta try, man. Let's go for it.
He's still sitting at plus 100 bonus damage. Easy. And he's building into his own BKB. A lot of the stuns, a lot of the magical damage, like it's just not going to threaten him at all.
We on top. Oh my.
God!
Okay.
Well, the hammer's been burnt. Weeha will heal up.
That's really good for Liquid. That gives them a potential. No, it doesn't. It doesn't give them a potential fight. They still lose the fight without OD ulti, I think.
Yeah, you now have blink sight from CCNC. It's
Yeah. That's another issue for AM, and he can't. I mean, he can spell shield it, but if OD BKBs at least, then doesn't self hex. But you gotta be so careful now as Liquid. In a way, you gotta try to play defensive. In another way, you're like, okay, ODLJ is down. It's not gonna get better than this. We just got our Scotty on Miracle. We will try this fight. I don't think they're favored, but if everything connects,
they find Yuan. They want to kill him off quickly. CNC, is there a defensive? There's a relocate. The Banishment's also there, but what's really left? Kuro's letting it go. Snaking will jump in. He'll start the duel. Crystal Maiden stands no chance here at all. Another victory their way, but Liquid are in full retreat.
That was a pretty funny situation. Yawar insta BK beat the jump, so then CCNC couldn't save him with Banish, but they can reload him out. So one of their saves works on BKB and the other two don't. But again, if any save is nearby, he just doesn't die to this axe call. And Liquid should be happy they only lost a Maiden there. That looked like it could have been a total travesty, but...
Hey, this is just buying them time. Miracle's getting his farm in.
Yeah.
He's able to push out the lanes. You're getting something. Like I'm not saying that Team Liquid are in a great position. Like the net worth's not looking good their way. Once again, the experience. Like there's not even an Alchemist in this game. It's 30,000 is the experience advantage for Newbee right now.
This doesn't look like the kind of game that AM can be the only core in anymore.
Yep.
I think even if they let Miracle free farm, as long as they farm themselves, I don't think he wins it anymore. I think he needs a teammate to step up here. We need some damage out from this Pango. We need Axe to get anything.
He's gone A on
no
disc.
items. Axe has such a terrible game right now. Remember how we said how good Mind Control's games were set up to be? He had such a good start in the laning stage. He makes 2 or 3 rotations to help his teammates out, and he sacrificed his own game hardcore for that. So.
And now Weeha and Miracle are actually battling over neutral camp farming.
Yep, they just don't have very much space on the map to work with right now. Snaking is hoping that somebody's gonna go fishing bottom. Doesn't look to be the
hoping
case, though.
someone will fight up on top. Because if anyone comes to fight, he just blinks in, he gets the scythe, and the relocate gets the follow-up. And Snaking, he's making his own movement up. Hide in the trees. Wait for Liquid to come to you.
I would have loved to see Miracle send in one illusion here. Maybe he could have baited something. He doesn't know they're here, but he has a feeling, clearly. If he sends in one illusion, maybe he gets a free duel out of that, or maybe the OD Hex reveal. Snaking? Oh, almost got him.
He needs some
he
distance.
will connect it.
GH going to put down the Spirit, wants to get the sleep off. Relocate's coming in. Great movement of the Spirit. Going further down south, where she stuns up the relocating into Io and Gyro. But Mind Control, he just doesn't have the live. CCNC's going to protect himself with the BKB as Mind Control attempts the juke, blinks himself away. Is there a stun? There's a banish from Pile Die. That'll do the work, and Mind Control will fall.
I actually thought CCNC was going to hex the Pango out of the duel, but he went to hex the Axe instead, so the counter initiate isn't there. Both plays are good in different ways. When watching that, it's probably better to hex the Pango and get that kill, because, I mean, sure, Axe can jump in, so what? You have all these saves. Like, he's not going to kill anyone. But, yeah. He got that guy instead. It's also another good kill. Axe is once again slowed down. Bounties are coming up.
Oh, the blink in from CCNC.
He didn't know.
He still got plus 32 intelligence and hits with the Sandy's a clip. Miracle. No way he can survive that. Kuro begins his own TP out to safety. He'll be okay. But you lost your big one. Ahem's down for the count again. And maybe they find more. The Aeon Discord trigger, swashbuckle, a shield crash, as deep as he can possibly get. Snaking's looking for him as well. This is one thick bush. They can't see him through it.
And Snaking TP's away straight into mid, so put some pressure here and try to push. Miracle knows there's a Hex and OD in this situation. He knows. If it has been communicated properly, Axe has said, okay, there's a Hex and OD, but he still takes the risk here, and that's expensive. That's a really big death. It's 4 bounties, it's a tier 3, or 3 bounties, excuse me. 3 bounties, tier 3.
Snakin's itching. He's really hoping for a grab on Kuro. No Glimmer Cape, no protection. Mind Control gets the call off, can drag Yawar underneath the tier 4 towers, but only for a half second.
He established resistance.
Here comes your jump forward with the Rolling Thunder, going through 3 heroes, trying to bounce them in and around the ramp area. But now that's burnt. The melee rack is opened up.
Gyro Satanic is such an incredible item against Axe in so many ways. Status resistance is great. If you activate it before you get Blink Blade Mail called, you can heal yourself up during the call. You have health. It's just, it's such a nice item to have here for Yawar. You just see why there. I was going to say very good discipline to back off, but in a way I kind of feel like they could have got this, maybe, the Racks. Like they had OD Hex ready, they had no Pango ulti. At the same time though, there's no Sanity's Eclipse. Gyro and Io had relatively low resources, so I honestly don't really mind them backing off here. I just think keep up the pressure once you have OD ult again. Go for another fight.
They probably also want to be a little bit safe. If you look at the KDA, it's 12-0-3 on CCNC, and Yawar's walking around with 10-1-4. Like, these are 2 big kills. Even if they lose, even if Liquid get one of these.
Yeah, it's worth dying 2 or 3 heroes for, almost. Unless one of them is AM, then it's no.
Here's your run forward. AM illusions. You know they are, because, hey, smoke don't break. But Liquid, they have the high ground for the moment. Ward gets dewarded out, so Snaking. Just removing that extra information of Team Liquid. And they're already retreating out. Like, Weeha's got bottom. They could try and contest Roshan. He will respawn in 36 seconds. It's a long spawn timer that Newbee have had to wait for.
Yep.
My god, there's so much money actually on Miracle.
Wonder if you give the OD the Aegis this time and just the cheese on Io and you feel like Gyro will not die. Logically, it's also good to give the Aegis to Gyro because he's your high ground sieger, so he can stand in front safely. But in a way, it feels like, how is Yawar gonna die? Like, how are they actually gonna kill him if the Io has a cheese and he has the Satanic? I'm wondering what they're gonna do here. I honestly, like no matter what they choose, I think it's fine.
It's like you gotta be able to pop MSS before he can do anything else, but then you've also got disengage after you get the pop.
Yeah, how do you pop Wisp? He's got 2 saves. Like, there's an SD with a save, there's an OD with a blink save. I can tell you from
Axe! Hoi! Oh, Mind Control! This may be his 9th death. He turns on the Blade Mail, but Yawar's on the chase. The homing missile's coming as well. The call down, well off target. Mind Control not protected anymore. The Glimmer Cape is worn off, and Yawar just goes for the double kills. Moves out, goes after Kuro, while Anti-Mage gets trapped a little bit further down. Weeha banished. He actually got the Thunder off, but no, he doesn't. Down he goes with a double kill. Mind Control bought back just in case his 9 deaths were already an economical problem. And this will be Roshan, or it'll be Midrax, or it'll be both.
I'll tell you from experience, if you're playing against these lineups with 2 or 3 saves, if you don't have good silences, like Silencer Global, or, you know, heroes with very useful silences, or really strong team fight, getting kills is so hard. Like, Liquid's fights are not taken terribly. It's just really difficult. Like, engaging onto this if Newbee are on their toes and have good positioning feels next to impossible. And I just think, again, in this game, Newbee's strategy is exceptional.
Yep.
They're playing really good draft. They're playing really good Dota. And I'm super impressed. I was not expecting this to be a 2-0 for them, which looks very likely at this point. They're very far ahead in the game. We'll get Roshan too.
Yeah.
And it's a really strong showing from them.
It's clean Dota. Everyone's playing their role. All lanes seem to be doing something too, and you're just not feeling that from Team Liquid. Like, it's the Miracle show, great, but like, unless Miracle goes big, you're not going to feel his presence. And Mind Control, like, it feels so sad for this guy. He's always been looking for the greatest way to run the offlane, but that's now his 10th death in this game after what was the best start he could have asked for.
I'm looking at Mind Control's game, and I'm looking at his kill, and I'm like, what the hell is he supposed to do in this game, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think if you want to fault him mainly for anything, it's probably for the rotations he did early, but that's not an easy decision to make. He could have stayed top and got really rich, but that costs his team a bit. Like, then he has to sacrifice a couple of heroes in this bottom or mid lane instead of coming to help his team. But in the end, like, his game is just extremely difficult, and he has to go for his team. Who else is going to engage? Yeah. Like, at some point, you gotta jump, right? If you're not letting the enemy team totally control the game.
Kuro's going to engage. He jumps in, goes for the frostbite, instantly takes so much damage, he's almost going to die from this. And maybe with MSS, though, he just yield dodges. Weeha's jump forward, the EG splitter hits on nothing, but Miracle does get the backlines, killing off Pylon.
Oh, he hits himself!
Forcing out the buyback, but there is the Hex out, and they got the control. CCNC so damn low, he's actually got not enough life. Or does he? Still alive. Weeha. Okay, that's how they get his enough life. Liquid just die. And then there's no more damage to be done. Kuro will let it go. But this is 2-0 in favor of Newbee. They start off their TI9 campaign with a hell of a lot of strength. Solid Dota all around from Newbee. And Liquid,